Good evening. You join me here live from Downing Street here on WilliamsTV. I'm AdrianJWilliams, and tonight we will be covering the inaugural speech of the incoming Prime Minister, NotChocolatePlayz, who has just been seen earlier being invited to Buckingham Palace, where he's being offered the role as such of taking on Prime Minister by His Majesty the King. So we're now awaiting the Prime Minister to come out of the door number 10 there at Downing Street, which we can just see. And whilst we await that, I think our cameras are probably going to get swarmed in a minute. But yeah, we are awaiting Chocolate to come out of the doors, where he will then give his first speech as Prime Minister. Now, we've seen this has sort of been pre-planned, many would say. Chocolate has been the outgoing Prime Minister, Michael Rothschild's right-hand man for quite some time. So it was no surprise he ended up winning the leadership election, and of course following the results from the previous election with Michael resigning as Prime Minister, resigning as Cavalier leader just before the elections took place. Then they had the discussions as to who would succeed, what would be the plan for Prime Ministers and whatnot. And it was decided that Michael would take the helm for a week before his successor would succeed him, and Chocolate was chosen as that successor on sometime this week. So that will be delivered shortly. I think our cameras are getting photobombed by many people. We had the Ofcom chair in the background earlier, who is apparently also in the Met. And we're still awaiting for the Prime Minister to come out of number 10. It is currently 6 PM, which is when he is due to exit the doors. So we will just pivot our cameras a little closer to the doors. And here he is, and the cabinet behind him are walking out. I'll just turn the people walking around and jumping about down a bit because it's a bit annoying. And here we are, we have the cabinet, we have the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Adapted Frost, the National Leader and Deputy Prime Minister and Speaker of the Commons, the Right-On, Transport Secretary, Pokemon, and some other individuals who I can't recognise based off of their appearance, but I'm rest assured they're in the cabinet. There's the Prime Minister delivering his speech. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Prime Minister's speech as he waves to the crowds of Britons who have swarmed to see the speech, with the people of Great Britain in vast numbers actually behind us. So we managed to get our cameras through somehow, and everybody has re-entered number 10. And that is that, ladies and gents. That is the Prime Minister's speech, and everybody is dying as expected with these sorts of things. There you go. That is that. Pretty quick speech, but I think it's certainly, he's quite clear there with government failures, and he's going to do something different as the sort of line he was going off of. The Cavalier Party, obviously having maintained very close ties with the National Party throughout the last term, and he highlights their, alleged shared interests there, which we'll go to see how they work together, shall we say, in quite an interesting coalition, I think. And yeah, that's that really. We've had the speech from the Prime Minister, the brief Transport Secretary present as well. Of course, that being a key speech, key point of the government's agenda being to abolish the Transport Secretary, Transport Department, not the Transport Secretary. We're not calling for a public execution of Pokemon rule. And it appears that they've shut down Downing Street. So with that, I don't think I've got any images I can replace that with. So I think we'll just end that off there, ladies and gents. That was the Prime Minister's inaugural speech as he took office. May or may not have been written by ChatGPT, we'll see. But yeah, praise to Israel at the end as well. That's some very questionable loyalties there, but I think some were hoping that a new first leader of a Rothschild party, not being a Rothschild in a long time, would lead to hopefully a break from that. But no, it seems to be still ongoing. But there's a significant pointer actually. We've had a break from the Rothschild dynasty, and this could be a new era for the Cavalier Party. But we shall see how things go on. There are, of course, still key influences like the chairman, Harold Rothschild, of course, who continues to lead as chairman, and well, not really lead, but is there as chairman. And of course is leader of the Lords as well. But with that, ladies and gents, I think we'll end up there, because there's not much I can really do with a kicked screen, as it were. So with that, thank you all very much for watching, and that's been Adrian Williams here from Downing Street on WilliamsTV.